Good morning and welcome to the shed. Happy New Year to you all. So the shed is in a bit of a mess, and I don't mean dirty, I mean it's we've got stuff in here that shouldn't be in here. My son has bought himself a car that needs some work on, so I've got a load of parts and tyres and all stuff I don't really want in here. So we need to get his car fixed up, get him out of the way, so we can get some normality back in the shed. I also need to do some fairly big reorganisation in here. So I've sort of let it slide for a few months. I need to line the walls, get some electric in here, and just sort it out really. Get the stuff in here that shouldn't be out, get that somewhere else. Anyway, that being said, as you know, I like a bargain. I went to the auction yesterday and I bought this thing here, which is a trolley jack so that we can fix his car. It needs the brakes, front suspension sorting out. And at the moment we're just using a little wind-up jack, not safe, not good. So I bought this for 35 quid at the auction, plus fees. It's one that they sell in Costco's for 175 quid. It gets branded, it's basically a Chinese one that's been branded in whatever. This is an Arcan, but I've seen it in other guises. Anyway, so I got it home, went to jack the car up, because I tested it when I was at the auction and it raised up okay. Of course, as soon as I try and lift the car, it couldn't do it. Too much for it. So something's wrong, and in true YouTuber fashion, I went on YouTube to find out how to do it so I can do a video to show you how to do it. Yeah. Okay, so there's two issues. One, I think it needs bleeding. It seems to be a common problem. I've ordered some oil, which I'll go and collect in a minute. But one of these rams here is stuck, or these pistons. So I'll get you over to the bench. We'll have a closer look and see what we can do. Okay, first job is to remove half the handle so that I can move it up and down. You can't see this, but okay, that will make it a bit easier. So these two pistons, or hydraulic rams, whatever you want to call them, one of them's jammed, you can see that there. So to get to those, I need to remove this bar here, which allows me to move this cam, for want of a better word, out of the way so that those can come off and we can have a look. Hopefully they're just dirty. It could be worse than that, but that's what I'm hoping. If I do need to replace the seals, those kits are available. They're about 30 quid, would you believe, for about a dozen O-rings. So I think I might try and make my own kit. I could just buy a big bulk lot of O-rings. I'm sure that'll do the job, and then I'll have spare. Okay, so let's get this bar off across. And this should hopefully, that's not as easy as I thought. This one's got an extra stop on it. Looks like we'll have to take the big bolts out then to get that off. Have I got a spanner that big? Close. Also close. Yes, we have. Brilliant. Obviously close is no good when you're talking about spanners. It's got to be right. There we go. Okay. Right, done it now. Pretty healthy bolts there with a sort of pin on the end. Same at the other end. Right, okay. We're definitely going to need to have a bit of a clean up in here as well. I've run out of gloves. I've ordered some, but it means I'm going to get dirty. Never mind. Okay, so this is the valve that allows you to open and close lower and upper. Up and down is what I'm trying to say. And then in here there should be two pistons, or there will be two pistons. Should be able to pull those out. So that's the good one. Looks all right. Feel a little bit of roughness on the piston itself, not the seals, so I think we're probably okay. I didn't see any signs of leaking. And then there's just this little clip at the top which stops that flying off. Let me get a tray to put my bits in because I'm going to lose them. Take the spring off, give that a bit of a clean. We can grease all this up when we put it back together, just to make sure it all moves nicely. And there is oil in there. Which looks alright, that's a good sign. Probably should take off the bleed screw as well at this point. Let's do that quickly, just so that the oil doesn't come out everywhere. Well, it's going to come out anyway, but... And then there's the fill up screw there, which... Okay, right, let's have a look at this broken one, or this jammed one. Now, this is what I thought would happen. I can't get it off. It is, I think, has been bent or something. So I've gone with a pair of mold grips, just gripping the outer jacket and just going to try and ease it out, but it's not feeling very free. I don't want to squeeze it too tight. Yes! Okay, that's all it needed, bit of brute force. Have a quick tool clean up. I think I am the messiest mechanic there is. I'll just get carried away. Okay, let's have a look, see what we got here. Let's take the other one out to relieve the pressure. I did find something weird on that nut there. The washer seemed to be at the bottom of the bolt, not at the top. I don't know if that's when I took it off, but very strange. Right, that's the original one, or the bigger one. Packed my tools away too soon, didn't I? There we go. Right, let's have a look, see what we got. I think those O-rings, they're hardly proud at all, although they don't look damaged. They don't look like they're sticking out or doing any kind of work. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe that's how they're supposed to be. They've got to be tight, haven't they? Maybe that's okay. Just give it a good clean. Okay, spring as well. See, that's part of the problem, is that that spring is not freely moving inside of there. So unless I can get that to move freely by twisting that back into shape, I think I'll either have to leave that cover off, or I don't know, I'm not going to try and get a part. I'm not going to be able to get a part for this, am I? I think we're going to have to try and push this back into shape. There's a load of, I don't know if you can see that, but it's badly out of shape there. So, pair of pliers. I wonder if I could shorten that slightly. Just perhaps grind a small amount off there, because it's only a cover, it doesn't actually do anything other than protect the spring, but now it's having the opposite effect. Oh, it's completely out of shape, look. Don't know if you can see that, but it is misshapen. Right, mallet required. I'm never going to get that back into shape. All right, let's try it without the cover. First of all, see if that's any better. I don't know if the spring will even. Oh yeah, it will. There you go. Can you see that? The spring is doing its job, so that's good. It's just this cover that's causing the problem. Okay, I'll spend a bit of time trying to shape that. Back in a sec. I'm not sure it was ever round. I see the cut of that hole there. Anyway, it now fits, slides, and doesn't jam. So although we lost a little bit of coverage down the bottom, I think that'll be okay. Okay, let's grease these up and put them back together. I am cleaning these bits as I go, but it's probably not something you want to see everything. Okay, so I haven't topped it up with oil, I haven't bled it, but we can at least do a basic test to see if both of those pistons are working now. That's what we'll do next. I think there should be some sort of bolt to hold this into position, but I think people take it out as they're working on stuff. Okay, so one piston going down, both coming up. Excellent. You can see that going up. Now obviously I don't know if that's lifting the weight at the moment because it'll lift me anyway. So we'll change the oil or sort the oil out and then we should be good. That's the full max. It comes down okay. Okay, I'll go and buy this oil and then we'll bleed it and test it. Managed to find some gloves, last pair. Okay, so let's just finish putting this back together. I've got some hydraulic oil, or jack oil, hydraulic oil basically. I just need to put this crossbar in, which I'm not sure it actually does anything anymore. I think on the older designs it probably did. So on my little journey, I was having a think, why does this have two pistons on it? Is it just for show, or is there a practical reason? And also, why are they different sizes? My only reasoning would be that the smaller piston takes over when it's under more load. I believe with the same leverage and a smaller piston you will get more power, less volume obviously. So is that the reason? Any hydraulic jack experts out there who can confirm that? I know that there are a couple of adjusting screws here, which one for each ram or one for each piston. So I wonder if that's what it's to do with. As soon as it becomes under load, the smaller piston takes over. Would I be right? Can somebody confirm? Kind of makes sense. Okay, right, I'm going to move the camera and so we can see what's going on in here, hopefully. Okay, hopefully you can see that okay. So first of all, we've got to bleed any air out of the system. So we need to undo these two screws, nuts. So this is the bleed screw. Take that right out. Now that one has got a little washer at the top of the nut. Let me show you this other one and tell me if you think this is right. So on this one, when I took it off, the washer was over that hole there. It doesn't seem to make any sense to me, but it could be that that's where it's supposed to be. Why would you have a hole there and have the O-ring over that hole? Also, when it's in the lower position, you can't get the screw in. So that suggests to me that it either moved when I took the screw out or it was in the wrong place. I think it probably moved. This seems to make more sense. Okay, so to bleed, we loosen off the release valve and pump it a few times. That doesn't look right. Definitely got that low open. Just turn that right open, anti-clockwise. That is just pumping it all out. That can't be right. I've done it wrong, haven't I? Apologies, I need that valve in there. Get the air out first. Trouble is I haven't got much fluid in there, so the air should be coming out of here, which it would be if there was any in there. Okay, now we top it up and then we go again. Pretty sure when I watched the video both holes were open. What have I done wrong? Okay, right, let's try topping it up. Okay, so that's now coming out of both holes. 2 misses. Now we should be able to bleed it properly. This is slightly different to the one that I watched. That's now coming out of there as pure oil, so we've got no air in the system. Tighten this one up. Now the only thing is that this could possibly be, if that seal is supposed to be at the bottom, I'm about to find out, I guess. That's with the valve open, and with the valve shut, that's going up. And it's opening up again. Okay, let's go and give it a try. Moment of truth. I would say I'm 50-50 confident. Okay, here we go, the moment of truth. One car going in the air. Brilliant. Okay. Okay, so I think we can call that a success. It's working, it's holding up. I think it was probably that second ram that just needed that to give it the last bit of lift. Didn't really find much air in there. I'm not even sure I needed the fluid. But anyway, I've got it working. We've now got the correct tool. The car's up on axle stands, so hopefully should be a bit safer. Thanks very much for watching. I'm out of breath after. So let's go and get ready for the storm that's coming this afternoon. Thanks for watching. See you soon.